Good morning. This is the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Wednesday, February 5th. Looking at precipitation over the past week, you can see again confined to the northern half of the geographic area. The green indicates a half inch or more of precipitation. Very little in the southern half, none at all. Southern Nevada, Arizona Strip. Percent of normal, you can see they continue to stay dry and bake things out with 0 to 10% of normal precipitation over much of western and southern Nevada and the Arizona Strip, far southern Utah. It's been northern areas that have been closer to normal, in some cases locally above normal. And looking at snowfall over the past 72 hours, you can see significant amounts here in the yellow to orange shades, anywhere from 6 to 18 inches of snow, in some pockets locally 2 feet of snow in the dark red, higher terrain of northern Utah, parts of western Wyoming. Snow cover on the map quite extensive over the northern 2/3 of the Great Basin. Even some light shades here on the basin valley floor here at 4,000 feet. So again, most areas under snow cover, in many cases extensive snow cover of several feet. We see the dark blue and purple shades. Satellite imagery continues to show a stormy pattern. This storm system was responsible for the recent snow, and here comes the next shot coming out of the Pacific Northwest and in from British Columbia. Should be pushing in from north to south through Idaho into Wyoming, Utah, and skirting parts of Nevada. Again, high pressure well off the California coast, so in this strong wind belt that we see here, these tight packing of the height lines, some pretty good winds, which means transport winds and dispersion, especially being in the vicinity of this low, which is bringing some pretty cold air from central Canada. So for later today, here is the northerly flow. You can see how much moisture, overrunning moisture pushing in. We don't typically get a lot of moisture from the north. It's kind of a unusual scenario, but light to locally moderate precipitation where you see the areas in the dark green. Overall dispersion pretty good where you see the white to yellow. Only a few pockets of poor dispersion in the purple in the far north and west. And you can see the transport winds picking up in the orange shades. Lingering inversions here with light winds, areas in the gray where there's snow cover, but even in those areas, the vertical mixing heights are still several thousand feet above ground level, as seen here on the right. Thursday, storm system continues to bring in clouds and some precipitation for northern and eastern sections of the Great Basin. The brunt of it's going to be a little bit further to our east. Good overall dispersion. Again, we see areas in the white and yellow. Starting to see some diminished dispersion in the purple. A lot of this is due to the cloud cover preventing mixing. On the left, transport winds quite strong across the higher terrain of Utah and Wyoming and Idaho. Still pockets in the valleys where inversions could hold, but again, on the right-hand side, vertical mixing areas in the yellow to orange shades, at least 3,000 to 4,000 feet above ground level. On Friday, a brief respite. Weak high pressure tries to build in, but that's going to get squashed by the next storm system coming down from off the British Columbia coast. Dispersion still pretty good, poorest in the purple shades, elsewhere moderate to excellent. And we still see good transport winds here on the left across the higher terrain areas of Utah and Wyoming, starting to decrease transport wind-wise across western Nevada. Also mixing heights decreasing there. That'll be the worst area for overall dispersion. The Utah Clearing Index from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday shows some lingering inversions today, areas in the purple and blue. And those inversions will continue to linger Thursday and Friday in the Uinta Basin and down by Price. But across the higher terrain, we see the orange, yellow, and red shades. Overall, dispersion is quite good. Next round of precipitation, the next 3 days. You can see the highest amounts here across the higher terrain of Utah and western Wyoming and parts of the mountains of Idaho, where the light shades of blue is 1 inch to 1.5 inches, which could be anywhere from 10 to 20 inches of snow in many areas. Even the basin floor probably get another few inches of snow here in northern Utah. Now, the 1,000-hour fuel is quite moist. Areas in the green to dark green, anywhere from 16 to 30% on the 1,000-hour fuels. It is these southern portions, especially southern Nevada, where 1,000-hour fuels are now in the single digits in some of those orange shades, so something to watch. On Saturday, here's the next storm system coming in. Clouds and some precipitation for maybe far northern sections, higher terrain of Idaho. Excellent overall dispersion areas in the white and yellow shades. And there's that storm system on Sunday. So as long as the low stays in our vicinity, good overall vertical mixing and good winds where you see those tight packing these height lines through here. And overall, This is the dispersion index, and again, this low settles down here, so good overall dispersion, especially the closer you get to this low. Under those areas in the green, that's where we could see precipitation, drier air and sunshine, where you see these tannish shades through here, and this will be through next Monday. And then Tuesday, that system pulls away and another storm system gathering here. So really good unstable conditions, good overall dispersion here, no stagnation for the long term as far as we can see. Precipitation accumulation from Saturday evening through Monday evening, some light amounts across the southern portion of the Great Basin. And the 8 to 14 day outlook continues to show very cold conditions, much below normal temperatures across the entire Great Basin, and also slightly to significantly above normal precipitation chances, especially the further east you go. This concludes our briefing. Next one will be this coming Friday. Have a great day.